It's because I have to continually pick her up because she keeps trying to climb my chair.
Okay. Alrighty then. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco is here with Moon, and we are continuing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Take
Professor
your line.
Edgeworth versus Phoenix Wright. I should go back and double check her previous testimony. There has to be some more contradictions.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna reword anything, right? Really? They start you at the end? What the fuck? Like, that's all we're getting out of her for now.
You know, if Darklaw was just going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say that to begin with.
Simple. That information was on a strictly need-to-know basis.
Need-to-know basis, huh? We all know what that means.
That was me definitely with my voice doing the SpongeBob pose. That sort of secrecy is pretty common, but usually they've got to have a reason for not disclosing the information to begin with. Darklaw was hiding this information for a reason. That's why we need to find out exactly what she was doing in that tower. I've gotta get her to tell us.
Hey, Nick. Is it me, or do you feel like we're being, watched? You know, that dialogue we accidentally skipped before.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's actually Luke up in the stands, because he's, like, way too far up there, so he's got, like, binoculars and shit. I don't know what they're saying! I can't hear a thing from up here!
Who's that
I'm
next
just a
to
little
Nick?
boy!
I wonder what's up with the professor.
I wonder where Maya is.
Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this.
The professor's been very quiet so far. He's probably been the most civil lawyer you've ever had facing you.
He is, without a doubt.
God. But surely, he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up with Darklaw's testimony. Anyway, there's bound to be something in this testimony that we can use. We just have to make sure we comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions.
That's right. Okay.
Hold it!
Yeah. This is the same dialogue. Scream. I mean, like, the thing was, in Kira's testimony, right, was that it was still raining when she was up the tower. But this is like talking like the rain had stopped completely, you know?
What are we working with?
I'm pretty sure we have the heel prints.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the other thing. She said that there were no heels to the actual footprints themselves.
Yeah.
Like in one of her testimony pieces, but I don't know if it was a permanent part.
Like, well, it's here, so maybe it'll work there? Let's try it.
Objection!
Yeah,
Oop,
you were
no
right.
music. Hey! What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. So tell me, Miss Darklaw, are these your footprints in this sketch? It would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine, and mine alone. Okay, when you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What did you say? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you can clearly see that not only is there a heel present, but it is so is the entire foot. If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in this sketch shouldn't have heel marks. That is very true. Although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run. You're a judge, you fucking moron! What the fuck? I agree, it's a small detail, Your Honor, but that's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony. Such as all of the fucking lies she's telling. Telling, you say? She stated that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection!
I just wanted to object for fun.
Yes, that was about it. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Professor?
Tell me, can you show the court why this seemingly minor detail is odd?
I can't exactly do that at the moment.
Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it's an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That, above all, is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time.
Here he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his.
That's enough.
Miss Kira?
Lady Darklaw, how could you? How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us?
Fog. Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this?
Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks.
What? This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you, what am I if not a loyal daughter of this fair town?
No! You're lying, Lady Darklaw! When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Lady Darklaw, you were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember?
What nonsense! I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right by those makeshift guards. 'Twas not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me.
Yes, you're right. That would be true. If you'd been sneaking around by yourself.
By yourself? Witness, explain yourself. Enough. Listen to me, and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court will be the last place in which you ever set foot.
It matters not. The end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight?
That's right. Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe was a young girl passed out on her back.
Hog! What? A girl. Could that be?
Yes. It was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there.
You mean... Spella Cantabella? Order! Order! What the fuck is going on here? So the accused was carried up the bell tower. My lord, there is nothing left for me to say. 'Tis the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe? Well, not you at this fucking moment. Damn. Lie through your teeth enough and even the judge will fucking turn against you.
Miss Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here.
Get him! I mean, get her!
The only thing that carries any meaning here within the courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Yes, absolutely, Professor. Well now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not? Fine. Tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower? I mean, we can search you for blonde hairs. But that might also imply something else. From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. But She couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's effort go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm going to find the truth. Your Honor, the evidence, yes. Phoenix is the evidence. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did in fact carry my client up the tower. Very well, defender. You may present your evidence. Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. I think it's the necklace, but I don't remember. And just what may I ask, is that supposed to mean, defender? Okay, I don't think you tabbed over. Hey, what?
I just clicked on it.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Wright, it pains me to say this, but it seems I may have overestimated you.
Come again? You're not worthy to stand behind that bench.
It was worth it for this.
Take that strange lackey of yours and leave this courtroom now.
Strange!
Ah! I like how Maya's just like, oh.
Wait a second. Strange lackey? Say, you don't think he means, me, do you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah.
Maya just lunges at her.
100%.
But you know, now that I think about it, like, she has on this disguise because she's supposed to be dead, but no one said anything about Layton when he got in.
Right? they have the collective, like, brain cell of, like, a chicken. So,
yeah.
Like...
Oh, don't insult chickens like that.
Okay, fine, goldfish. Whatever.
There we go. That's better.
The judge has no brain cells to even work with right now, so...
Nick, you're just gonna sit there and let her get away with trash-talking me like that?
I sure am. Welcome to my world, Maya. I mean, what can he say that's not gonna just get you both further dunked on?
Mm-hmm. Please, endeavor to make your point more clearly this time, Mr. Wright.
Very well, defender, you may present your evidence.
Okay. Oh, okay, I got it.
Show us the evidence.
It's the footprints, because there should be more than one set of footprints if they both walked up.
That makes sense. Take that. There was something in your testimony just now that I'm not buying. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower. I did not just finish admitting that those... Or did I not just finish admitting that those were my footprints? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. There was no heel on the footprints. Oh, as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. However, the reality is, the footprints pictured in the sketch actually do contain a heel. That means something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that were already there. Prevented. Ah! You mean... That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw, you climbed up the bell tower tonight. You must have been carrying Miss Cantabella on your back, is that correct? If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. With your two hands occupied carrying my client, there would be no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling. That right there is the truth behind the footprints on the staircase. Lady Darklaw, you... Fine. I admit it. It is as you say. I donned the robe and made my way up the tower. But I was not alone. I carried both Aspella Cantabella and her little friend, the tower with me. You fucking carried the whole ass cat too? Little friend.
He carried it, like, she just leaned down after she picked up Aspella and, like, bit the neck, you know, like the mother cats do, and lifted it up that
Absolutely.
way.
Yeah. I mean, she's got the cat ears, why not? That Blackford, it's a cat, ma'am! The Blackford creature of hers. The thing is nary ever a second from her side. I mean, literally, that's not true, though.
Oh, she must mean Eve.
When I arrived at the top of the tower, I saw this girl already there and called out to her.
I was very shocked to see the mistress show up in person like that.
The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I immediately put her to sleep. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used what remained of Belduc's medicine to put the girl out of the picture. And that's when Miss Kira put up a fight. Pulled this pendant right off your neck, correct? That's right. I cannot fathom it. That would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Lady Darklaw. I just have one question, Miss Darklaw. Why? Why take Aspella up the bell tower? Why render her unconscious, and why go through the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all of this? I'm in no way obliged to answer that question, Defender. What? What makes you say that? Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand, that is why.
Objection!
Sorry, I think enabling murder makes you an accomplice in the least. Miss Darklaw, you rendered the witness unconscious and locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I'd say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection!
Your Honor, if I may. The Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case.
Professor, what are you saying?
It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bezella. Whether or not Miss Darklaw locked the witness at the top of the bell tower is hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial. There is one thing that is very clear. Neither Miss Darklaw nor this witness could possibly be Bezella.
What?
If either one of the two were Bezella, then there would be no need for them to have used this robe of invisibility. They cannot use any magic. Therefore, it is inconceivable that either of them would be the Great Witch.
A rather straightforward argument, if there ever was one.
At the time of the incident, there were 3 people present. Of those 3, 2 used the robe of invisibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person. Indeed, Miss Cantabella.
Ugh.
With this in mind, the larger question is, who is Bezella?
Layton, what the fuck is going on? Is that not obvious? The accused, Aspella Cantabella, is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused's voice was heard by the by all the townspeople chanting the spell Grand Worm.
Objection!
Not so fast! I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial. Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into a pit of fire over there. And yet here she is, in one piece, testifying that she returned in order to kill the ruler of Labyrinthia, the storyteller. And then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport her up the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these two really are.
Only to discover that they are not, in fact, the Great Witch Bezella.
I'm saying there's a possibility that these two are somehow related to Bezella. The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter. I am delaying as long as possible while I formulate a thought. I must say that Inquisitor Layton has stated certainly... what Inquisitor Layton has stated certainly does ring true. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight? I assure you, 'twas not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all. What did she say?
You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you?
She can't be. She was the one that saw to that other witch's demise. Witch on witch violence, it must stop.
Little League.
Fuck. That's right. I hate that. Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're gay?
Do I need to say that? I thought it was obvious.
Yeah, right. Huh. That's right, my lord. I am a shade. Shade? Lady Darklaw. I don't know what that means. Will you please tell the court exactly what you mean by what mean when you say shade? Yes, of course. I grow weary of standing behind this bench. I will tell you all I can. What the heck is she trying to pull? Sorry, I almost let the moon word slip out into Feeny mouth.
I was just gonna say, Phoenix does not have the right to say the word fuck.
Only Maya does.
Only Maya.
And Francesca, but Francesca's not around enough to use it. Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility? Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's about Shades.
Fucking knew
Can't believe
it was
he's in
him
this
all
goddamn
along.
game.
I mean,
Can't believe he's doing it.
he was a simper, remember?
It's true. Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. Those that are put to the flames in the witch trials become Shades, who live their lives in the...
We exist to carry out tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch herself. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit.
What on earth? High Inquisitor Darklaw. Do you mean to say that not only are you a witch, but that you're the Great Witch? Well, not the Great Witch. 'cause-
Unbelievable. Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch?
The Great Witch? Doesn't that mean she's Bazella?
That's right. Lady Darklaw is... Bazella? I do hope you have not forgotten what we established only moments ago. It is not possible for Miss Darklaw to be Bazella.
But Inquisitor Layton! She said witch! Means witch! Surely the testimony just now proves it.
I am afraid that in the heat of such revelations you have all misheard the information.
Ah, tis pointless. This is the extent of what the people of this town will believe.
I believe the truth will become clear during our cross-examination. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Defender, you may begin your interrogation.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you all for watching, and as always, please take care of yourselves and each other.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
What are the thoughts running through your head?
Only that Layton Feeney is making me suffer because the logic so far seems questionably sound, but now I know it's just gonna go fucking off the rails. I know this train is about to derail. I just don't know when, and I'm waiting.
You're waiting for the explosion, the pin to drop.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well that was fun.
Yeah.
Thank
God, I can't believe Shades is the bad guy after all.
I knew it from the start when he stole my first waifu.
Oh, yeah. It's true. Can't believe. He has the audacity.
The audacity.
Okay, Coco. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.